I've been tattooing for the past 25 years. And out of those 25, 19 are professional. And obviously I've been asked a lot of questions about my tattoos, but about tattoo as well. That's why I decided to make that video. 20 most frequently asked questions about tattoos that I get. And remember, no question is a stupid question. If you don't know, you don't know. If I'm not answering a question you had, please just put it in the comment and it'll be my pleasure to answer. Question number 1. Is it okay to take breaks during a tattoo session? Yes and no. Obviously, if you're getting a longer tattoo, at some point you're gonna need to stop to have a snack, bathroom breaks, or just to take a little breather. The longer breaks are the problem because as you're getting tattooed at the beginning of the session, your body's gonna start producing endorphins and adrenaline. These are two natural drugs that your body is going to start producing for you to feel better while you're getting hurt voluntarily. And the problem is, if you take longer breaks, those levels of endorphins and adrenaline are going to start coming down. And they're not going to come back up when you start again. It will be a lot more painful. So yes to small break and no to longer. Question number 2. How much does a tattoo cost and how long does it take to do? Well, it all depends on the size, the detail in the piece you want, the placement on the body. Some places are harder to tattoo and takes longer than others. And how much you move during the session. Something that I get often is people sending me a picture of a design and they just ask me how much and how long. Without the previous details I just mentioned, it's kind of not possible for us to give you an approximation on price and how long it's gonna take. Question number 3. Can you get tattooed in the summer? How long before you can expose your tattoo in the sun? Of course you could get tattooed in the summer. The only thing is you're gonna have to take in consideration that you have at least a week that you won't be able to go swim, hiking. So if you love doing summer activities like this, you might want to take that into consideration because the last thing you want is to go swim in a lake or go hiking with a fresh tattoo. That's quite disgusting. You don't want an infection. For the sun exposure thing, there's like an urban myth that I've heard many times. It's 2 months without sun exposure and after you're good to go. That's kind of not true. If you don't want your tattoo to get sun damaged, it's a lifetime of sun protection. Question number 4. How long after getting a tattoo can I start exercising or go to the gym? What I suggest to my clients is the day of after your tattoo and the 2 days following that, I would advise not to sweat too much because you want the bandage to stick. Let the healing process start before doing any physical activities. Question number 6. Can I get tattooed while pregnant or breastfeeding? Well, this is a question you should ask your doctor, not a tattooer. I would personally never tattoo a pregnant woman, nor any good tattoo artist that I know. But again, this is a question to ask your doctor, not a tattooer. And spoiler alert, the answer will be no. Question number 6. Is there a minimum age requirement to get a tattoo? Well, obviously that depends where you live in the world. But here in Canada, we have a law. It's 16 with written parental consent or 18 years old. As for my part, I tattoo only 18 and older just because how the hell do I know it's the parent that signed on the paper? At the end of the day, I just don't want an angry dad coming in the studio with a baseball bat because he's mad. The next one is not so much as a question, but more of a request that I get often. A lot of people ask me for finger tattoos, especially the side, kind of like this. You see that little mustache? This was done 5 times. It still looks like shit. It's funny as hell though. But seriously, tattooing the side of your finger, it's not really a good idea. I've never seen a good side finger tattoo after healing. Another question I get often is, should I tip my tattoo artist? I mean, I've never heard of anyone saying no to more money, but you know what? Let's ask a client. Would you say that it's a must?
If he's an asshole or if he's rude or disrespectful, I don't think you absolutely should. I think it should always be a show of appreciation.
Well, that's the guy who's supposed to be here 45 minutes ago.
Voilà. J'allais dire en retard
What's your
comme
excuse this
d'habitude.
morning, sir? So this is my friend Paco, and we climb together. It's because of him I do this. One more question I get super often is, where is the most painful spot to get tattooed? And I've tattooed it many times. So what do you think? The back of the knee hurts? Yep. So the back of the knee is, I would say, one of the most painful spot on the body, but then you got the butt, armpits, ribs, head, neck. 25 years experience, I've seen a lot of people not being too happy getting tattooed there. Question number 9. Can I use drugs Alcohol or numbing cream for the pain during my tattoo session. Drugs and alcohol, I would say no. Just for the fact that you're gonna end up bleeding more and it's gonna result in a lesser quality tattoo. Probably end up with a lot of touch-up after, so it's kind of like you're gonna have to do it twice. It doesn't make sense. As for numbing cream, that's really up to you and the tattoo artist. I personally don't like when people uses that, but it's better using this than alcohol or drugs. Question number 10. Will people make fun of me if I pass out? Most likely, yes.
Oh, you get that water in you.
She's dead!
In all seriousness though, you can't pass out from the pain of a tattoo. If you do pass out, it'll be most likely because of stress, hyperventilating, because you're anxious of getting a tattoo, but you can't pass out from the pain of a tattoo. I'm the biggest wuss when it comes to getting tattooed, and I got my full bodysuit without passing out. And also, most tattooers probably will not laugh at you. I guess I'm just a little bit of a dick. Question 11. How do I choose my tattoo artist? You have to choose a tattoo artist that's gonna be the best to suit your needs. If you only want a small tattoo, you don't really care who's gonna do it. The things you want to look for in a portfolio is line work. Is it straight? Is it a nice curve? Is it pointy when it's supposed to be pointy? Color saturation and the shading. Any artists that are able to do these things would do. However, if you're looking more to get like a full back, a full sleeve, or like a huge piece, you might want to do a consultation before getting into the projects just to make sure that it's clicking, it's vibing with you and the artist, because you are going to spend a lot of time with that person. So imagine you start a project and the energy's not there. You think that your artist is an asshole. The artist thinks that you're an asshole. That would be hell. Another question we get often is, how long does a tattoo take to heal, and how do I care for my new tattoo? Normally a tattoo takes about 5 to 10 days to heal, depending on the person and depending of who's the artist that did your tattoo. Personally, for aftercare, I use second skin type bandages, which is quite popular. A lot of tattoo artists uses it. Super easy. You stick it to the tattoo and you wait 5 days, take it off, tattoo is healed up. Practically nothing to do. Assuming that you got tattooed by a professional tattoo artist in a professional studio, not one of those kitchen magicians. If you have any question about aftercare, they would be the best person to answer you. Not your tattooed friend, not a video on the internet, but the original tattoo artist. After all, it's their work. They know what to do. This one's a good one. Can I bring my kids, my friends, or my family to my tattoo appointment? How much of my attention do you want on your tattoo? Do you want 100% of it, or you want less than 100%? Because it is very distracting to have friends and people roaming around the shop, holding your hands because you're in pain, talking, you're gonna move. You have to keep in mind that this is gonna stay on you forever, and we need to focus to do that stuff. But again, it's quite personal, so always ask your tattoo artist before going into your appointment if you can come with your friends, your family, and your kids. And between you and me, a tattoo shop is no place for a kid. I believe we're at 15, 16? I lost track. Can you cover up an old tattoo? Yes, of course. It's not always possible depending on what you have, but I've done some pretty good miracles. Just make sure you check your artist portfolio. Ask to see pictures of good cover-ups. Because if you get something you're not gonna like, the second time around is gonna be really hard to cover up, if not impossible. Just make sure the artist you go to knows how to do a proper cover-up. Speaking of tattoo, let's bring that in the shop because I need to get ready. Question number 16. Can you get a tattoo removed? That is possible. However, you have to know that it's gonna be very costly, and if you thought that getting a tattoo was painful, wait till you get laser. Another question I've been asked is, are tattoos gonna help you get laid? Most likely, not. If you wonder the reason why I never film myself tattooing, it really takes my focus out of what I'm supposed to do, and I'm always wanting to do like a good shot, so I'm trying to position myself to film it correct. I just rather do a good tattoo than film it. I'm sure you understand. Another question, can I bargain the price of a tattoo? Nah, never ask a tattooer for a deal. In my opinion, see it that way. If I give you a cheaper price, can I do less of a good job? I'm sure the answer is no. Instead of trying to get the best deal possible, try to get the best tattoo possible. A good tattoo ain't cheap, and a cheap tattoo ain't good. You have to understand that you do get the tattoo you deserve. If you wanted to cheap out, you're probably gonna get a tattoo that doesn't end up looking the way you had pictured it in mind. At last. Something I've been asked many times. Do you think it's possible that I will regret my tattoo? I mean, anything's possible. I would say if it's a question that comes to mind before getting a tattoo, just don't get a tattoo. Oh, almost forgot. Please, it's not a tattoo gun. It's a tattoo machine. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any question, please put them in the comments. I will answer them with pleasure. And I'll see you next week.